Okay, so here we are. We're on the edge of the chair. Alright, so some of you may not have a roller. This is a roller. For those of you who are watching online, you can get this at Five Below. You can get this on Amazon. I don't think it's more than $10, right? And it's a massage stick, right? So if you don't have the massage stick, I'm going to show how to do it with your hands first, alright? So what we're going to do, I'm going to put this down for a second. So if you only have like your hands, right, all you're going to do is take the balls of your hands and you're just going to rub on either side of your calf. Alright? So that's what you're going to do. The rest of us in the room are going to take the roller and you're just rolling and pressing on the back of the calf. Right? And even if you're using your hands and you just need a little bit more pressure, you can go and start with your knuckles. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And once we're done with that, we're just going to go overhead and we're going to switch to the other leg and you're just going to roll the calf. And this is just to help to relax the muscle and to get some blood circulating in there. Alright, here we go. We're going to go back to that right calf again and just roll it. For those of you who were here yesterday, I know I gave you guys a big challenge. I was saying to them, I got a lot of text messages saying that was hard. Okay, switch over to the other side. It just wasn't hard. It was new. It was new. Y'all didn't like it. When is 45 seconds going to be over? I'm done already. It's like, all right, here we go. We're coming up. All right, so I'm just going to put this down for a second. Everyone else, hold on. For those of you who are using your hands, this time you are going to use your knuckles. And you're just going to press down onto your thigh, all right, with your knuckles. And for the rest of us, we're going to go ahead and use that roller. Good. So just basically giving yourself a really nice massage. Good. And now we're going to go over to the other side. Good. It should feel really nice and comfortable.
Yes.
So you're going to go to my right side again.
Part one.
Rolling it out. Good. And we switch sides again. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're pushing over to the side. And now we're just going to roll from one side. Good, and then we do the other side. Good. All right, let's stand up. All right. For those of you who do not have a massager, all right, this is where you're going to start doing some manipulation. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your right foot and put it in front, and instead of rolling, all what you do is pat the back of the legs. That is if you do not have a roller, all right? It's going to give you the same thing, but if you do have a roller, you're going to take it and you're just going to roll the back of your hamstring right here. Good, and then you're going to switch legs the other way. Good, and then you're going to roll right here. Good. So now, we're ready for your glutes. So you open the legs wider and then shift the hips to one side. So you're just gently taking your head to the side. You're taking your left hand, your thumb is up. Good. You're going to bring it back behind you. Good. And now I want you to bring it down to an angle and continue to press against your head. Good. From here, I want you to turn your hand down.
Case management, part 1. Case management, part 1.
Turn it up. Good. So your arm is slightly behind you right here in an angle. And all you're doing is turning from your shoulder and turning your hand up and down. Good. And the last one, and then release. Good. Taking the other side, tipping over. Good. Bringing the arm up, your thumb is up. Good. And then you're going to bring it behind you and then bring it down at an angle. Good. From here, you're turning your hand over from the shoulder and turning it up. Good. Turn it over and up. Good. Over. So you should feel a nice stretch in the neck going into the top part of your shoulder. Over and up and release. Excellent. Now you're taking this arm, you're bringing it across the body. Now make sure your shoulder is not in your ear. Press it down, and you're going to hold it your forearm and gently press across the body. Good. Nice correction, Beverly. Making sure you're sitting tall. I saw that. Great job. Good. And then release. Good. Other side. Good. Bring it across. Good. Again. Make sure your shoulders not up. Bring it down and gently press across the body. Good. And then release. Good. Now bringing the arms up. Palms are up. Good. Now you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, trying to get your thumbs to the back of the room. So squeezing those shoulder blades, don't drop your chin. Hold those abs in, hold it there. And then bring it in front. Good, you're gonna do that one more time. Good, opening the arms. Good, dropping those shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades. Keep that chin lifted. Good, and bring it forward and bring it down. Good, right arm comes up. You're reaching up and over. So you see how my arm is stretched over? It's not doing this. I want you to reach to the corner of your room. Right? And I want you to feel that stretch going all the way up the side of the body. Excellent. Now, just to the other side. Up and over. Good. Really stretching from that rib cage. Good. Again, don't drop that arm. Reaching up and over. Hold it. Good. And bring it down. Let's do that one more time. Right arm. Good. Up and over. Really stretch. Good. Stretch that arm. Release. Bring that arm. Yes. There you go. Good. Other side. Good. So you want that elbow straight. Elbow is straight. Reaching up and over. Good. You should feel that in your middle back. Good. And then bring it down. Good. From here, I'm going to turn to the side. Good. What you're going to do is a C. So you're sitting up. All I want you to do is tuck your belly button in and then sit straight up. Ready? Here we go. Tuck in and sit straight up. Good. Again, tuck in and up. Good. Tuck in. Good. Sitting tall. Good. Tuck in and up. Good. Two more. Tuck in and sitting tall. Last one. Tuck in and sitting tall. Great. Now, legs are still hip width apart. Now, I want you to lean your body forward. All right, so don't round your back. Keep your back flat. Push your chest towards your knees. And now you're going to sit tall. Good. Pressing your chest towards your knees. And sit tall. Good. Again, pressing, pulling those abs in at the same time. Keeping your head in line with your spine. So don't drop your chin. You're not really trying to look at the floor. Good. Let's do two more. Good. Pressing. Holding. Good. One more. Here we go. Press. your back, open the chest. Good, right elbow goes to the ceiling, and then let's go the other way. Good, right elbow goes to the ceiling.
Cage
Good,
management,
you're
part
gonna
1.
arch
Cage
back.
management, part 1.
Bring your left elbow to the ceiling, and then you round forward. Good, right elbow to the ceiling. Good, arch your back, look at the ceiling. Good, and then you go to the side, and then you come forward, and then you're going to roll up. Good job. Now you're going to roll on the top of your hips. Alright? Keeping your torso strong and straight. You're just rolling around. Good. Making a beautiful circle. Good. And now let's go the other way. Here we go. Bringing it around and back. Good. Around and back. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. How are we feeling? Are we okay?
Yes, good.
Alright, around and up. Great. Alright, sitting nice and tall. Let's work those arms. Good, so now you're going to do is bring your arms up. Try to get your head in between and stretch to the ceiling. And now you're going to swing back and reach behind you. Good, and we bring it up. Good, and then we swing back. Good job. Good, nice and gentle. Good. Try to get those elbows straight. Really try to push those elbows. Working those biceps. Working those shoulders. Good. This is the last one. Good. Now I want you to stay right here. And I want you to circle, press back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and bring it forward. Good. And press back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Y'all feeling the shoulder blades yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. And press back, squeeze. Good, one more. Good, get those elbows, stretch, 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 stretch. Bring it back. Okay, we're going to reverse it. Here we go, we bring it back, squeeze the shoulder blades first. Then we come up. Good, so back and squeeze. Good, 2 more. Looking good, even on camera. Y'all great people, thank you. I see you. Good, and bring it back, squeeze. And bring it down, shake it out. Great. All right, we're going into your hips. So, you're still sitting on the edge of the chair, but this time you're just going to lean back. You can hold on for support. You're just going to bring in one knee. So remember, we don't want the knee to go out. We want the knee to come directly to your chest. Okay? We're going to do opposites, so right and left. We're going to do 8, and then we're going to switch and do 8 starting with your left side. Ready? Here we go. Lift up 1, and 2, and 3. Good. And 4, and 5. Good. 6, and 7. Good. 8. Okay, let's start with the left side. Here we go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and rest. Good. All right, that was hip flexor. Let's go down into the quad. So now you can extend Good job. And rest. All right. Now I want you to sit on your right hip. Okay? Keeping your knee facing this way, you're going to open and close the leg. So now we're still working the middle part of the glute, just holding onto the chair to balance. Good, so make sure you're not all the way down here. Make sure your body's up here. And you're going to make sure your knee is facing this way. You're just opening the leg to the side. Here we go. There's a 1 and down. So you should feel it right in the middle. 2. Yes. Good. 3. Good. 4. Good. And 5. Good. And 6. Good job. Good. 7. 1 more. This is 8. Very good. And let's switch to the other hip. So you're sitting on the hip. I always say make sure act like you're posing for pictures. Alright? So here we go. Let's lift up. Lift up 1. Good. Make sure your knee is facing away. 2. Good. And 3. Good. And 4. And 5. Good. And 6. 2 more. And 7. Do you feel that right in here? And 8. Good job. And release. All right. We're going to finish up the glutes and then we're going to stand up to go to the rest of the body. So, we're on here. You know, got to sneak in those push-ups. So you have to push your hips forward. So you're sitting nice and square. Make sure your legs are not open. Here we go. We're going to push your hips forward. Make sure your whole body is forward. You're going to squeeze those glutes. And then you're going to sit back down. Ready? Here we go. Lift up and squeeze. Press. And then down. Good. And lift. Squeeze. Good. Careful. Careful. Good. 3. Press. Push those hips forward. Good. And 5. Very good. This is 6. Good. 2 more. This is 7. Good. 1 more. And this is 8. Good job. And release. Excellent. Yes, you feel it when you put it in the front. Yeah, this puts it over on the side. Yeah, you're trying to make it harder. All right. So now we're gonna go into our calves. So you're gonna take it. We're just gonna turn around for a second. You're gonna come behind your chair, right? And you're going to make sure that your legs are hip width apart. Back this way. Make sure you can see. All right. And you're going to go up and down on your toes. All right. You're going up for 2, down for 2. Right? So make sure you're on the first 3 toes. Don't let your ankles roll out. Try not to grip the chair or do like, okay, it's there for a safety net. Alright, so make sure you're just tapping so you work on your balance, you work on your core. You're gonna go up and you're gonna come down. Ready? Here we go. Up, up. Good and down. Good. And 2. Good. And 3. Good. And 4. Good. And 5. Good. And 6. Good. And 7. Good. You have 1 more and this is 8. Now what I want you to do is pedal. So you're going to force what we call a forcing an arch. So you're going to make those toes Your hips need to be in front of the chair. You're holding on, and you're going to bend both knees like you're going to go to the floor, and then you're going to push your hips back. So you're going to feel the hamstring stretch right here, and then you're going to feel your quads working right here. Good, and then you press back. Good, again, coming down. Good, and press back. Very good, and we go down. Good, so you should feel the stretch in your right hamstring, and you should feel your left quad working as you go to the floor, yes? Good, down, and up. Good, last one, go down, and up. Good, and then you're going to bring it in, and then what I want you to do is switch sides.
Holly,
Left
part
foot
one. Holly,
is
part
on the
one.
side of the chair, right by your arch, and then the other foot is going to step back. Good, again, make sure your toes, if you look, and your toes are that way, no, make sure they're facing this way, so you should look down, and your toes are facing the same direction that you're going, all right? So here we go, we bending both knees, and then you straighten up. So now you're feeling the hamstring stretch on your left side, right? And then your quad is working on the right, yes? Good, so this is a safe way to make sure that you're doing your lunges, all right? To make sure your knees and toes are facing in the right direction, and you don't have to feel as though you're gonna topple over. Good, you have one more. We go down, we come up, and then we bring it in. Excellent, and we stand up. Great, how'd that feel? All right, so now you're coming to the right side, or your left side, whatever side you're on, but just make sure you do the opposite side when we finish. All right, so I am on my right side, which is their right side, might be your left side. So you're holding on. All I want you to do is to lift your right knee, and I just want you to open the door and close the door. All right, here we go. So we're gonna open and close. So we're keeping our hips facing in this direction, and I want you to squeeze that left glute for me. Good, you're squeezing. Good. So you're squeezing. Now, if you can't get your leg this high, that's okay. You sort of bring it down here, and you can still open and close, but I still want you to squeeze this glute. All right? This is the last one. Bring it in and bring it down. Excellent. Let's go to the other side. All right? Good. So remember, this is working on core, working on your balance, making sure you're not shifting and sitting, stand like this. Right? We want to make sure we're on top of our table. Your hips are your table. We don't want the table crooked, because then when you have a crooked table, everything falls. So we're going to hold on. We're going to bring up the left knee. You're squeezing your right glute. You're going to open the door and close the door. Here we go. Open and close. Good. And open and close. Good. This is 4. Good. And 5. Good. Are we squeezing that glute? 6. You're like maybe 7. Good. One more. This is 8. Good job. And down. All right. We're going to finish off with a little bit of power, something similar to what we did yesterday, but we're going to take it easy. Right? You do not need the roller. Right? You're sitting on the edge of the chair. You are going to lean back, though. All right? Lean back. You're going to have your arms up overhead and your legs out. So what you're going to do is you're going to ski in, kick out. Right? So you're going to work the odds, work the shoulders, get some endurance in. All right? Here we go. And kick it in. You kick it out. And 2,